Now, we've all heard someone say, or maybe we've said ourselves, it doesn't matter to me what someone thinks of me because I'm confident in my own skin. I'm comfortable with how I move about and navigate the earth. And I'm here for that mindset. For why should we allow someone else to rain on our parade? Or why should we live someone else's projected version of who they think we ought to be? But that's not the question today. Rather, in your work environment, does perception really matter? Well, sometimes no, sometimes yes. But there is one time when unequivocally perception matters. Now, you may think you know the answer, but if you want to know for sure, you've come to the right place because today on the channel, we're going to break it right down right now. Let's do it. Hello, emerging leaders. Welcome to the channel. I'm Curry Cotton, corporate attorney, Grammy-winning artist, songwriter, and career and mindset coach. Yes, I do no boxes. Now, if you want to know a little more about my story, come on back later and check out my welcome to the channel video. But for now, let's get into this topic of when and whether perception matters in your work environment. Let's back up a minute. Before we go directly to when perception matters, let's talk a second about when perception does not matter. Now, we've all either experienced or seen someone else experience this occasion of people berating you, always telling you what you're not good at, always holding a mirror up to your face of your irrelevant strengths and faults. And yet these people have nothing to do with your trajectory. They're not on your personal board of directors, and they're feeding you this false perception and hype of unworthiness. And then you eat that up and you beat yourself up and you start activating your saboteurs and start telling yourself, hey, I'm not good enough. Maybe I can't do this. And you start feeding into that hype. Let's stop right now and let me tell you, those perceptions are not the perceptions that matter. And frankly, even if those people do have something to do with your trajectory, and that's what you're constantly doing, you're feeding yourself, and that's what they're constantly giving you, or if they're on your personal board of directors and they're not giving you constructive criticism, yet they're feeding you this negative energy, perhaps it's time to make a change. But later, another time on that. Those for now are not the perceptions that matter. And I'm gonna stop for a second to tell you what the perceptions are that do matter. But first, comment down below and let me know about your experience and your thoughts about perception in your environment, okay? All right, now let's get into when is that one time that perception unequivocally matters in your work environment. Okay, here it is. If there is someone, either a decision maker or a decision influencer, that is standing in between where you are right now in your career and where you truly want to be in your career, that is when perception matters. Not because you have to believe the perception, not because you have to own the perception. You do not, but you certainly do have to manage that perception. But you are the one who gets to choose whether that person's perception is something that you want to manage, depending on where you truly want to be or go in your career. Case in point, earlier in my career, I was managing a great team, and there was one individual on my team that really wanted to be promoted. However, there was a decision influencer who had a particular perception about her that was standing in between where she was in her current career, my employee, and where she wanted to be. And so I had to get a better perception, a better understanding of this influencer's perception. And I had to deliver that message to my employee and partner with my employee to manage that perception. Now, I'll be honest and tell you that my employee was not happy about that perception, was not happy from being quote unquote stopped, or what she perceived as being stopped from moving forward. But what I had to share with her is, listen, you know who you are. I believe in you. I know who you are. It's not about that. It's about this particular influencer being in a position to share a perception to upper management that is going to impact your trajectory. So ultimately, we ended up working on a development plan specifically targeted to that perception. And once we were able to do that, join in on that partnership, then I was able to pursue again that promotion opportunity. And because we had specifically addressed that one lingering perception, we were able to get my employee promoted, and she has soared and soared and soared way beyond what she imagined since then. So that is how perception truly can matter in your career. Now, throughout your trajectory, you will come upon a time or two in which you'll have to ask yourself, listen, does this person's perception matter to me? And remember, stay away from the personal, stay focused on where am I right now? Where do I want to go? Is this person standing in between here and there? And is this the right environment for me to be in based on my mindset and my value and beliefs? And if so, then I again don't have to own the perception, but certainly I want to manage that perception. I hope this information has been valuable to you. If so, please like and share with another emerging leader. And of course, subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for other cool tips about your career trajectory. Until next time, enjoy the journey.